Good morning, Spartans, and thank you for joining us on this week's Timeline Broadcast. I'm Dylan White. I hope things are going well and that you're staying safe. It's been a brisk few days both on and off campus, and the end of ice, snow, and single-digit temperatures doesn't seem to be in sight. As a result, teachers are opting for spontaneous Zoom classes as opposed to their typical in-person lectures. And MBU sports teams are being pushed to move their practices indoors for the week or just canceling them completely. We got your insight on how this winter weather is affecting you. Take a listen.
I mean, personally, I really enjoy the snow. I think it makes everything look nicer. I will say driving in, it's been the worst part, though. The roads are a little too slick. As a commuter, it really slows me down.
Yes, it has greatly affected me. It is so freaking cold outside. I am so chilly. I need a coat. God needs to warm this up. Thank you, Jesus.
The snow has affected me in the best way. I love snow, so it's been great.
If you missed the days of live performances pre-COVID, then link up with the MBU Fine Arts Department because there is an upcoming performance that you have the option to either attend in person or buy a $15 live stream version. Big Fish debuts today at 7:30, and more information can be found at mbuboxoffice.com. If you have leadership skills and live on campus, MBU is looking for resident assistants. This is a great opportunity to add to the experience of on-campus living. Applications will be accepted until February 19th. Please apply at the link on the screen. MBU is spreading the love this season by hosting a food drive to go along with their Valentine's Day party in the Perk on Monday, February 15th. The event will be held from 1 till 4, and non-perishable food items will be accepted. Come out and support a great cause and connect with the MBU community. If you need access to a more positive streaming service, maybe you should consider subscribing to Right Now Media. Right Now Media is a streaming library of Bible study videos that inspires faith, devotion, and inspiration every day of the week. Sign up today using your MBU email to get access to a whole library of Christian resources. Just visit the link on the screen. If you're looking for a church to go to, then you should consider attending College Park Church. College Park Church is a local church to the MBU community that teaches and models faithful gathering, biblical literacy, and discipleship. Dr. Jordan Cox, Fine Arts Chair and Professor here at MBU, is the planter and lead pastor of the church. He started it with the vision of creating a network of churches on university campuses for students to engage in local fellowship to grow in their faith and knowledge of Jesus Christ. And now, here's Patrick with sports.
Thank you, Dylan. We already made it through the first week of February and we have lots to talk about, so let's get right into it. We'll start off with men's volleyball. The Spartans had a busy week competing in a total of 4 games. Last week started off rough for the team led by head coach Tom Young, as his team was defeated twice early last week. On February 2nd, the Spartans traveled to Marshall, Missouri to face number 14 Missouri Valley College. The Vikings made it difficult for the Spartans to control the game, forcing them to go into a deciding 5th set, where they then fell to the Vikings, making this their first loss of the season. Last Friday, the Spartans played the number 1 ranked Grandview University at home, losing clearly 3-0. On Saturday, men's volleyball was able to shake off the losses and claim victory over William Penn University and Cumberland University, beating both teams 3-0. The next game will be at home in the SRC on February 16th against Lincoln College. Good luck, boys. It was also a successful week for MBU's basketball programs. The men and women both comfortably beat Harris Stowe University on the Tuesday night matchups. The women's Spartans finished with a score of 76-70, while the men beat the Hornets 69-57. The women's Spartans held on to their run on Thursday's game against William Woods University, beating the Owls 75-68 to extend their overall record to 10-4. The men were not as fortunate that day against Columbia College. Although the Spartans led the points in the second half, the first half lead of the Cougars was too much to overcome and the Spartans lost 70-93. Before I wrap up this week's sport update, I have some great news for all. Starting today, MBU Athletics is changing its spectators policy, allowing a limited number of spectators to athletic events. Every student athlete will be allowed to designate 2 spectators at his or her events. Although we cannot let everyone in at the time, we hope to at least allow small groups to attend MBU's games for the first time in almost a year. For more information, you can visit mbuspartans.com. And last but not least, we want to honor this week's Athlete of the Week. Billy Francis Jr. from the men's basketball team is receiving this week's award. after averaging 18.5 points per game in last week's matchups and leading the Spartans in overall points. On the women's side, we have Tiana Askew from the women's wrestling team. In her MBU debut at the Grandview Open in Des Moines, Iowa, she earned 4 wins, all against opponents ranked in the top 15 nationally. Congratulations to both of you. That was it from my side, and now back to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Patrick. Don't forget to use your Spartan Safe app every day, as it is a requirement to enter campus to keep you and everyone safe. Be sure to answer all the questions and get your green badge. If you have any questions about the MBU COVID-19 protocol, please visit the link on the screen. And that's all for this week's Timeline Update in the News. For more stories like these from around the MBU community, visit MBU Timeline at the link on your screen. I'm Dylan White saying goodbye, God bless, and go Spartans. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.